Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite books ever. It's called Unwind, and it's written by Neal Shusterman. So this book takes place in the future in America, and when the book starts, America has had its second civil war, and out of it came this legislation that there is no longer any kind of access to abortion or anything like that. However, because it's set in the future, so you guys think about like organ donation right now. You know, we have people who have heart transplants and kidney transplants and things like that. So it's set in the future, and in this future, organ donation has advanced so far that almost 100% of a person's body can be donated to save other people. And so out of this Civil War comes this legislation that from the ages of 13 to 18, kids can be retroactively aborted, basically, so they can be unwound, and that's what it's called in this book. And they don't consider it murder because every single part of a person's body can be used to save someone else. So when they unwind one person, it might save 100 people. So they don't consider it murder. So the book is this kaleidoscopic novel that has three main characters. So you're going to get chapters from Connor's point of view, from Reese's perspective, and from Lev's perspective. So Connor is a 16-year-old boy. He's not horrible, but he's your typical teenager. He gets in some trouble. He's not a perfect kid. Connor thinks he's about to go on vacation, but it turns out his parents have other plans. Risa is a ward of the state. She lives in an orphanage. It's overcrowded, and she's a little older than most of the kids there. And so they plan to unwind her in order to make more room in the orphanage. And then finally, Lev. Lev comes from a very large, super religious family who believes that since Lev is the 10th child, they're going to give him as a tithe. So they're essentially going to raise him, or they've already raised him, to believe that his whole purpose in life was to essentially be like a sacrifice for other people. So they're going to donate him to be unwound. And he's been raised to believe that this is this beautiful thing that he's doing for humanity. And so all three of these characters don't know each other in the beginning. But they are going to collide in the most insane way. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, man, if that was my society, I'd just go on the run, right? But you can't. So in this society, they almost have like secret police where if a kid is supposed to be unwound, they will hunt you down if you try to run. So nobody's safe. Once that decision is made, you are not safe. You can't hide. But of course, as you can imagine, our main characters are going to try to. So they will collide in the craziest way. It is absolutely insane. And I don't care where you stand on issues of what life means. It's going to bust you in the head. It's going to challenge your thinking no matter what side of the argument you're on. But I think the coolest thing is out of this book, you really start to say, what is the definition of life? What does it mean to be alive? What does it mean to be worth the privilege of life? And that is the question you're going to ask yourself on this crazy adventure story, dystopian story that Neal Shusterman has crafted. And I can't wait for you to read it. Let me know what you think.